Our guest today is the author of the book, The Fixer, Teddy Moore. Teddy is a published author of books and screenplays and a sharp critic of the U.S. legal system. Tell us, please, what is the main problem of the legal system as you see it?
Well, the legal system has a basic problem that the legal system doesn't admit to the obvious, and the obvious is that the legal system is corrupt. You don't know about the corruption because the media doesn't report it. The media see what's happening but refuse to report it. The media calls it a single bad apple. However, they see the bad apples everywhere, on the top of the barrel, in the middle, on the bottom, everywhere. They refuse to call it for what it is. It's a corrupt system, a corrupt barrel, and it's not a single issue or problem. Therefore, you don't know about the problem, and this is the main problem, that we don't know about the problem.
Why is the legal system so corrupt?
The legal system is built to be corrupt and not to make justice. This is the uniqueness of the U.S. legal system. The U.S. legal system created a system to make money for attorneys and judges. In order to do so, they created a kind of extortionate attorney. I call it extortable attorney. An extortable attorney to the judge that has to comply with everything that the judge asks him to do can only be explained as the extreme need of greed of the judiciary. They don't extort the attorneys for free. They extort it for a fee that they receive, and this is how the system works. This is an intent to make money and not to make justice. It has nothing to do with justice.
Why do U.S. attorneys fear the judiciary?
They fear the judiciary because the system is built in this way. They have to fear the judiciary so they can be easily extortable to the judge. If the judge can easily extort an attorney, he can easily accept money from the other party for the extortion. People who believe that they come to court to decide their case based on the fact and the law are terribly mistaken. It's a matter of just transferring money to the judges.
Why doesn't Congress do something about this racket of extortion for money that you present in your book?
The Congress is part of the problem. Most of the Congress people are attorneys that are afraid from the judiciary. They are afraid to be disbarred or sanctioned. And they look forward for the time that they are out of Congress and join the corruption and the racket of corruption and make a buck of it for themselves. This is what they want. And therefore, they cannot be part of the solution in this case.
Why doesn't the Court of Appeals intervene in the system of fixing for a fee?
Well, this is another issue. Had the Court of Appeals intervened in the cases, it would have ended the corruption. This is the basic issue, that the corruption, in order for the corruption to continue and to proceed and to be stronger, is that nobody will supervise it. The Court of Appeals that is supposed to supervise the corruption basically approves all the corruption in the lower courts, and so allows the corruption to continue and the money to flow.
You write in your book that without knowing the facts or the law, you can predict the outcome of appeal.
Yes, this is a truth, an unbelievable truth. The Court of Appeals is a phony show in the United States. The outcome on appeal is well known. The only one that doesn't know the outcome is the client who pays the money for the phony show. Had he knew that it's a phony show, he wouldn't have paid the money. So the judges and the attorneys have an interest to not to disclose these facts. When you show up in a court, you see the attorneys fighting, really fighting, the judges really asking very intelligent questions, But the story is fixed, the appeal is fixed. You know that the appellant will win, the appellee will lose, and as I said before, only the client doesn't know it. Had he known it, he wouldn't pay for a phony show.
You write in your book, when an attorney cannot present to a judge without fear his client's case, in such system by definition you cannot get justice, because the judiciary do not know the facts and the law, and some say do not want to know the facts and the law. So what's going on here?
What's going on is a lot of corruption. The judiciary doesn't want to know anything. After they receive the money, they want to close the case. They call it in all kinds of terminology. They call it settlement, compromise, whatever they call it. It's just a corrupt closure. They receive money from one attorney, extort the other attorney, and so close the case. And nobody on appeal will interfere in this corruption, and so the corruption goes on, and there's no light in the end of this dark tunnel.
Does the U.S. Supreme Court know what you are talking about? Perhaps they may overhaul the corruption.
Okay, they are the head of the Nazis. They will not reform Nazism. They are responsible for what's going on in the system. They know it, and they know it even from me. I appeared in the U.S. Supreme Court. I presented the corruption in the system, and all they did is just to disbar me as the solution, just to kill the messenger and not to deal with the issues.
Can you believe that the only empire in the world, the United States, has such a corrupt legal system?
It's hard to believe, but this is what the facts in my book suggest. The legal system in the United States is terribly corrupt because the plutocracy in the United States, the rich and powerful, are interested in a system that gives them the judgment they want for the money they can afford.
Is it fair to compare the U.S. judiciary to Nazis?
Well, in my opinion, it's unfair to the Nazis, but who cares about the Nazis? The U.S. judiciary is responsible for more damage to more people for a longer period of time than the Nazis, and still they are the honorable people and the honorable judge, and the Nazis were long gone. We have here a system that we don't see how to get rid of this kind of corruption, and who will do it? I don't see who will do it.
I'm afraid we're out of time, Mr. Moore. Thank you for your input, and we hope to see you on our next show. For those who did not get the book yet, it is called The Fixer. You can get it at www.thefixer.info and other venues. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you.
Learn the truth about the U.S. judiciary and the House of Cards with The Fixer. Information about The Fixer is available at www.thefixer.info.